Hello everyone, I'm Hugo.
And I'm Jake.
And this is Jake Reed's number.
I didn't pick a thing.
Oh, wow.
That's the number.
We look super...
I didn't pick a thing.
That's that. I have a hard time believing you thought that through beforehand. Anyway, today we're here again to listen to your comments, and Jake will comment on those, and I'll comment also, and it's better than I make it sound. I'm just bad at my job, so let's dive right in. This is from a review of Do You Believe? Explicit Criticism says, yeah, you still had to make a video about something that you don't believe to make yourself famous. LOL. Oh, they were really laughing out loud. It's all caps, so you know it's true.
It was a hearty bellow.
Wow, you people have started collecting donations now. Why don't you tell me that you and your videos are all about money, fame, and wealth? Damn you and your channel for eternity. This is an explicit way of criticizing those who are hypocrites.
Okay, before I address anything you actually said, the account Explicit Criticism that made a little icon where they have the criticism under a microscope, they finish all their criticisms with, this is an explicit way of criticizing blankety blankety blank. And I looked, this person isn't a YouTuber, this person is just a YouTube commenter, and this is their thing. So I just want you to know that what you do is way cringier than anything we do.
I'm even willing to admit some of the shit we do is a little cringe. I totally get it. But like, if we're second-handing on this shitty Christian movie, you're third or fourth-handing by commenting on it and trying to create an internet identity around it. Good luck to you in the future. This has been Criticism by Hugo. That's trademarked, by the way. If you steal that, I'm probably not going to sue you because no one gives a fuck what you do.
So, I guess the first point is, we do these to be famous. I was unaware that was the goal, because if that's the goal, we are failing.
Oh, we fucking suck so bad.
Yeah,
dude.
Like, we're not PewDiePie. We
Nah.
don't have commercials and shit. They haven't invited us on YouTube Red. It's probably because we're potty mouths and also not marketable, or talented. But still, we're not famous. Famous is super weird to me. That doesn't make any sense. It's like saying someone that has a lot of Twitter followers is famous. No. They're just popular on one place.
Yeah.
As far as the donations thing, that's a Patreon thing, and that's for fans that want extra stuff. By the way, we're gonna revamp some of the stuff you guys get in that, because I think it'll be better. I think it'll be better for everybody involved. Also, wealth? No, not really. I mean, we do good. We do well for ourselves as far as like in reference to the shitty jobs we had before, but it's not like we are millionaires or anything at all.
I think last
rent
year
apartments.
I think last year we went above the poverty line finally, individually speaking. So
right, yeah, just barely. So like, this is something that both Hugo and I love to do. We really enjoy the fans. We like making fun of these shitty movies. This is kind of the thing that, like, all my life people have been saying, you should be a comedian. And then I decided one day that I was going to do this thing with Hugo, and it kind of worked out, although comedian's a little strong. Shitlord is probably more accurate.
This is from the Bible study episode, Kill Yourself. Don't really do that. That's the title. This is from the Gym Tanker. Your talents are wasted. You two belong in Hollywood.
I agree, except for the fact that Hugo took the words, you should be in Hollywood, and turned them into you belong in Hollywood. I think maybe he's too full of himself already. He didn't even make it all the way through that comment before he changed the meaning. Yeah. I agree with you. We're the best, and we should be in Hollywood. So, Gym Tanker, you should become a Hollywood producer and then give us money.
I can't go to Hollywood. I would die of coke in the first week, and that's even before we get rich. I will just find...
Die of coke?
I'll find Hollywood coke parties. It'll be bad.
So what we should do, actually, right now is, I think, show the people that we are indeed ready for Hollywood. Hugo, I want you to pitch me, and we'll work together. We're going to pitch the audience a new movie, And what should it be about, real quick? Let's like some sort of pop culture thing we're gonna do a reboot of. Let's do a reboot.
Oh, we're gonna Ghostbuster this shit?
Yeah, let's do it, but better than Ghostbusters, obviously.
No Paul Feig.
No, none of them.
Okay.
So give us the thing, and then I'll give you a title, and then we'll work from there.
Okay. Knight Rider.
So we're gonna do Knight Rider. Okay, obviously it's gonna be called Knight Rider, Day Warrior.
That's terrible. That's terrible.
Great. No. Here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna turn it on its head and make it a comedy.
Okay.
And obviously, the first person that we are getting on board to do this is the talented Dermot Mulroney. He will be our whoever Hasselhoff was, and that was his name. Knight.
His name is Michael Knight.
Michael Knight.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Okay, his name's Michael Knight. We can't change that. Actually, no. Tell you what, we're going to do a passing of the torch so we can get the Hoff in on this shit.
They did this.
Basically, what's going to happen is the Hoff is going to ride his car, right, Kit. He's gonna ram it into Dermot Mulroney's house during a high-speed Soviet agent chase. And Dermot, much like the Santa Claus, is going to have to take the helm.
This takes place in 2016, and David Hasselhoff is chasing a Soviet agent.
Yeah, it's the last one.
Oh, okay.
He's been very effective in the last 30 years.
Oh, okay.
So he's down to the last Soviet agent, and so Hoff dies. Okay, and says you have to take, and he takes his leather jacket off and hands it to Dermot Mulroney.
Okay.
And then Dermot Mulroney takes over, gets in the Kit car. Okay, obviously with Hasselhoff's last dying breath, he takes a gun out and shoots the Soviet spy. Soviets no more. Thanks, Hoff. The fight was great. You did well. And then, but Dermot Mulroney has to build a new Kit from the ground up. So he takes the processor out and puts it in a new car, and that's who are we being sponsored by?
Chevy.
So a Chevy Volt. So he can go like 60 miles an hour tops. So, and you don't hear engine noises when he revs up. It just goes, zzz, just kind of buzzes along the road at a very high fuel economy. And then over time, Dermot Mulroney gets privy to some new Soviet activity. But now the Soviets have started to spring up in North Korea. They're North Korean Soviets, but still Asian. And then he has to fly the car across the ocean and into North Korea and kill Kim Jong-il.
Did you see the 2008 reboot of Knight Rider? Because some of the things you said were actually pretty accurate to the remake they tried to do.
I didn't, really?
Yeah, so Michael...
Except it wasn't a comedy, obviously, and Hasselhoff didn't die.
There was a passing of the torch. I think it was Michael Knight's kid or something, but Michael Knight wasn't around. No, it's not
his kid. It's just a guy in his living room.
And then they get a new kit, which is instead of Knight Industries 3000, or instead of 2000, it's the Knight Industry 3000. And their sponsor was Ford, and you could tell because it was a Mustang. And then
I want a Chevy Volt, please.
But every episode, like, this kit had like Transformer abilities, so every episode they could show a brand new Ford vehicle, quality made in America. And it was shit. Honestly, I'd watch yours over this one. I wanna see that.
Of course you would. Dermot Mulroney's in it.
Okay.
Next question. You're welcome, Hollywood. Don't steal that, by the way.
I still don't know who Dermot Mulroney is, but okay.
He's that guy.
This is from the last Ask Hugo episode, Nuclear Shadow Scale. Wow. That's both awesome and terrible at the same time.
It sounds like a Steam Greenlight game.
I never knew there were any atheists that believed in ghosts. That doesn't make any sense.
I did this specifically so that you couldn't escape it.
Yeah. Yeah, I probably would have picked it anyway, but...
Yeah, so, yes, there are atheists that believe in ghosts, which is stupid. I don't understand how you don't extend your skepticism to other things. It just doesn't make any sense to me. Also, politics and any other thing. Feminism, fucking, I don't know, sports teams. Why can't you just maintain skepticism about all the things? I don't understand how I don't believe in a God doesn't also, like, those decisions that you made to get to that point don't also extend out. But I will ask Hugo this. What is the most crazy thing that you believed, even for a brief second?
Like, before I was an atheist or after?
Anytime in your life. I will say I believed, when I was a kid, that at any moment, and I think it's because I saw, there's this one movie that came out. I believed at any moment that a volcano could just fucking come out of the ground and murder me with lava.
That would have been...
I didn't understand how plate tectonics worked. I grew up in Michigan. There's no danger of this. But I thought, at any moment, like, we just, without knowing, fucking volcanoes are going to shoot up and just lava me.
See, this is why Joe versus the Volcano should have been given a hard NC-17. Kids just can't handle that level of Tom Hanks action.
Actually, it was the one with the guy that wasn't Will Smith in Men in Black. That guy.
Tommy Lee Jones?
That's the one. It was like, it might be called Volcano, honestly, which is not the best name. Tommy Lee Jones Volcano movie. It's called Volcano. And the guy who plays the Zodiac killer in the movie Zodiac, he's in the subway and the lava's coming down, and then he helps someone onto the tracks to run away, and he stands in the lava and he fucking melts into it. Because he's a hero, goddammit. Anyways, so I used to think that volcanoes would just come and murder me. What did you believe? There's got to be something crazy that you believed. Also, by the way, I was 8 or maybe 7.
What is
not very old.
Craziest thing I believed?
Well, besides, like, you were religious, but...
I'm going to say solipsism.
Yeah?
Like middle school, I went through sort of a solipsistic phase there for a while. Like one of those
everything's
things
in my fucking head.
Like I just thought I don't know why I would have come to this conclusion, but I was like, man, what if like the entire universe exists just because, like, I don't know, I think it came out of basically the idea that the only person that I know is real and exists and I can prove that is me. So I don't know, it was stupid then and it's stupid now.
So for those who don't know, solipsism is you think that the universe is expressed through your consciousness specifically.
Right.
And that no one else is necessarily real.
Right.
Just that you're kind of making it up as you go. So, Hugo is crazy, and I'm glad he didn't murder anyone.
Honestly, I think the best argument against solipsism is, like, hey, look at your life. This is the best you could do for yourself as a head in a jar. Or something.
It's too mundane. Like everything, like, it's so mundane, and there's bad shit that you would never do. Like, think about, like, how you would react to things. Like, you wouldn't allow some of this shit. Solipsism is silly.
Like, if Bill Gates was, like, solipsistic, he totally earned that shit. I'd be like, man, if things went as well in my life as for Bill Gates, I'd totally believe it was all for me, too. Like,
right, yeah.
Or even Donald Trump. Like, he's a garbage human being, but the only way to understand what has happened with him and his success is the universe was specifically made with him in mind. Otherwise, I don't know what happened. 40% of the American voters are idiots. This is from our God's Not Dead 2 review. Giovanni William Smith. Ooh, the hyphen. You got that hyphen going. Good for you.
You either have 2 dads or 2 moms. Which is double the parenting.
You can, you can get, people do hyphens now instead of taking one name or the other.
That's fair. Maybe you only have one pair of parents, loser.
This wasn't actually a review. This is a very immature way of displaying hate and disrespect towards Christianity. It's interesting how you focus so much on trying to disprove the Bible. It also intrigues me how you primarily attack Christians.
And he goes on to say, basically, you guys are garbage, and you hate people, and you should shut your channel down. Also, you're disrespectful, not funny. So, Giovanni... that's a weird way to spell your name, by the way. You should punch all 4 of your parents in the face. It's not about, like, it was a review. We reviewed the movie. We watched it and took notes. It was a lot. It is immature, though. Absolutely. I will grant you that. We are very immature. You can tell because of the dick jokes. And also, I think I wanted to fuck that old guy, Pat Boone.
Yeah.
I think I made like 70 Pat Boone, I want to fuck you jokes. But anyways, the hate and disrespect, totally not true. I do not hate any Christian or even Christianity. I disagree with it very strongly, but hate is such a strong word. Like, I don't just fucking sit alone in my room and boil about Christianity existing or the fact that you are making that stupid fucking face in your avatar there.
Can I
selfie? Anyways, I bet his shirt's off. Nope, he's wearing a shirt. Anyways, it's not, the focus is not to disprove anything. He probably didn't read our Bible studies or anything, or read them, watch them. But the focus of those is just to read it at face value and give our opinions.
Yeah.
It's not a critical breakdown. It's just what two guys see when they read this shit that they don't believe in. And I gotta tell you, it's pretty fucking crazy. Also, the idea that we're attacking anybody when we say, Melissa Joan Hart, you could do better, you were a witch once, like, is that really an attack? Is it an attack on you and your religion when I say, man, I sure would let Jesse Metcalf stuff my asshole with his cock? No, that's me being falsely homoerotic for laughs. Get over yourself. Maybe kill yourself. Probably don't, though. Just get over yourself.
You went way more in depth than I would. I would have just said to him, hey, the title's Atheist Watch, not Atheist Review. I mean, it's a casual review, but mostly it's just watching it and talking about it. But whatever.
I don't see the big deal.
Yeah.
Also, there's a fine line between funny and respect. No, there's not. We're fucking hilarious. And disrespect can fall right under that. Just fine. I do not respect the religion. I respect your right to believe it, but the religion's silly as fuck. You pray to a dead Jew. That's crazy talk.
Yeah, at least get one of the live ones. I think Ben Stein is available. This is from our Chick Tract Devil's Night, J.C. Stock. Candy
He's
corn.
back. I remember I made fun of this person for making shitty Let's Plays, and it turned out to be true.
Oh. Candy corn is amazing. Peanut butter cups are nasty, and your opinion is wrong. Whoa, hold on. Whoa.
Coming out strong. Okay, so this is basically why I even started doing Jake Reads, is this kind of wrongness. Candy corn is cancerous. Probably scientifically provable, but also metaphorically cancerous. It's not, first of all, it's not shaped like corn. Have you ever seen corn look like a fucking cone? No, you have not. Ever, because that's not how corn grows. Candy corn is also 3 different colors, and they're all very similar. It's very boring to look at. It's not even appealing. Maybe if they did some red, white, and blue, like those firecracker popsicles, maybe it would do better. Also, it's just caramel, and shitty caramel. It's not even good.
Is that what candy corn is?
It tastes like caramel, yeah, or caramel.
It's just like it's just cooked sugar, basically. That explains why I don't like it. I don't like caramel.
Yeah, it's so bleh, and it's just like it's grainy and weird. Candy corn is garbage. Peanut butter cups, on the other hand, are good, and I'll describe to you the hierarchy. And obviously, only Reese's peanut butter cups count. If you go for another brand like Brock's, like what the fuck you do, Russell Stover, throw that shit out. Go get a Reese's, treat yourself, you only live once. Here's the hierarchy. And now, granted, this hierarchy is without me ever trying the Reese's Pieces Reese's peanut butter cup, which I will try as soon as I can get my hands on it. I'm about to order this shit on Amazon Prime because nowhere holds it in the area.
I think it was exclusive, at least in some areas, to Speedways. So
I don't have a Speedway, but I'm gonna get them. But anyways, just remind yourself this doesn't have that because it's probably amazing. Number 1, regular original peanut butter cups, of course, right? I think everyone can agree. Number 2, A, actually, because 2 has a tie. 2A is the fun-sized ones and the little gold foils, right? Those are super good. The individually wrapped ones, those are super great. 2B is the big cup with the extra peanut butter in it, not crunchy. Crunchy is actually number 4. Number 3 is the white chocolate peanut butter cups, which are super delightful. Number 4, of course, is the crunchy big cup. And number 5, and therefore the worst, are the itty-bitty mini ones that come in a bag.
Wow.
The chocolate to peanut butter ratio in those is all out of whack. The chocolate's a worse quality for some reason. I don't get it. It doesn't melt the right way. Probably because it's all not wrapped. But still, it's not very good. And frankly, if anyone brings those to me, I'm not eating them. You can fuck yourself with those because they're garbage. Take a handful of those and shove it up your ass. You might as well have brought me Russell Stover's.
That's so weird because those are my second favorite ones. So
behind the originals, of course.
no, my number one is the
fun size?
the fun size that are wrapped, then the really mini ones that aren't wrapped, then the regular ones.
Mini ones. Is it just an ease of access thing? Because the taste is clearly not
No,
up to snuff.
it's a ratio thing. It's all about the ratio, and I like that ratio.
The big cups have an outrageous ratio, but they're pretty good still.
I don't know.
Also, Reese's Pieces, better than M&M's.
Yes.
Better than anything else that size, and it looks like that.
I the other day I went to the fair and I had a deep fried Reese's peanut butter cup. That was fucking awesome.
I'd eat that.
It was good.
I'd only eat one of them though, probably half of one.
It tasted. I tweeted this. It tasted like a peanut butter cookie fried, basically. It was really good.
I can do that.
Anyways,
you're fucking wrong and banned. You're not banned. He's banned.
this is from a previous Jake Reads Your Comments, Eric Benson. Oh, Benson, what a terrible name. You should change it.
I wish if it was your first name, it'd be better. Benson Eric. From now on, you're Benson Eric, just so you know. Also, you're a butler. Benson!
Hey, Hugo, but mostly Jake. I recently got my yearbook from my junior year, and there was a section that talked about students' favorite social media accounts. For some reason, they selected my suggestion, @Bible Reloaded. Oh no! I was wondering your thoughts on being published in some shitty high school yearbook. Do you think it's cool? Do you think it's stupid? What? Thanks.
So by the way, that's just me, and I think that's fantastic. And I'll tell you why, because my ego is very brittle, and I need people to tell me how good I am daily, or else this whole facade just falls apart, and I am just a mess. No, but seriously, that's pretty cool. I think that's pretty rad.
I'm concerned about the editorial process of your school's high
Same.
school yearbook that they allowed that in without it. Like, what if someone put like a porn, Twitter,
Like Pornhub? What I assume is one of two things happened here. Either they thought it was religious and we're just like, we're not going to check this, cool. I'm happy for you and whatever. Or two, it was the student council that's in charge of this, which is usually the case, and the teacher didn't notice because they usually have an overseeing teacher. Usually the multimedia teacher do this. And they are also fans. And it just kind of slipped under the radar. That's rad, though. Please tweet me the picture of this when you get it. That would be rad, and I'll show it on the show if I remember.
Yes,
That's super cool. Also, if you haven't done the yearbook quote yet, although this is 2 weeks ago. Oh no, he recently got his yearbook from his junior year. Come back right before you graduate next time, and I'll give you a quote to put in your senior yearbook.
Oh, our school systems are going to the fucking toilet when we're involved. This is from another Jake Reads episode, possibly the same one. I didn't grab them. Emily Alm says, "Hey Hugo and Jake, I go to public school, and one of our summer assignments is to read and annotate Genesis, Exodus, and Matthew. We're reading it purely as a literary work and to compare it to other myths and legends. Obviously, being a fan of yours, I'm not religious myself. I do know that some of my peers are offended we aren't treating the holy text properly and feel that it is adding church to state just to tear it down. Do you think that it is okay for a teacher to teach the Bible this way in public school?"
Yeah, actually I do. And the Supreme Court in the past has levied judgments and stuff actually encouraging this type of action. The Bible as literature, especially in AP courses, is often available in upper-end public schools and in many private schools. This is cool. I actually did this one of my first years of college before we did this show, and it was an eye-opening experience. It was actually a lot of fun. So yeah, I don't think that your peers. I can't tell if they're offended that they're Christian and it should be taught as a religion, or if they feel that just its presence is adding church to state, because they're wrong.
No, it said they're adding state to church, so I think they're Christian and mad that they're not like treating it with reverence and not putting it above other myths.
Well, adding church to state. Yeah, you're probably right. But yeah, no, this is actually really fantastic, and hopefully whoever the teacher is involved tries to be even-handed, because if you can get a good discussion out of this, you can actually kind of make people critical of their own beliefs, and whether or not they fall out of them, that's fine. As long as they take the time to think about it is the important part. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I'm glad you're doing it. Sorry we're not in Matthew yet to help you out, but you can definitely go back and watch Genesis and Exodus and on this show and get your note taken. Just skip the parts where we say anything that you would get in trouble for. So pretty much skip the episodes.
This is from another Jake Reads episodes. Riley W. Dear Hugo, I believe that in the past video you mentioned that Jake, maybe Hugo, works with kids in an education setting. If that is so, I'd like to know if any of your students have found your YouTube channel and how do they react to that. Ignore this if I'm thinking of the wrong YouTube provider.
And then we'll go to the second one in a second because you asked 2 good questions back to back. Amazing! This never happens. But actually the answer is technically it's no. I don't do that anymore. I did briefly, was it last year or the year before? It was 2 years ago at this point. And that was a good time. And some of them were already fans and then didn't know and then found out. And then most of them, I think there was only 2 of those cases, and most of them found out after the fact because many of them I knew already because it was the community I grew up in. So they just found out. And some people do watch, and actually, one of my buddies, his name's Ryan, I actually taught his sister, and they're both Lutherans, and so that was interesting. She was fun, though. But, so that actually did happen, and it wasn't that weird. And actually, people end up asking me about my beliefs, the last day of school, and I just spoke candidly about it, because I couldn't get fired. And it was really good, actually. It was a good time. It's surprising how many people in high school think that atheists are devil worshippers.
I'm not shocked. I'm sure they get it from their parents.
Yeah. And finally, this is the last question, but you got 2. Pat yourself on the back, or fap. Just put something else in the sidebar so I don't feel like it's just me.
Hey Hugo, and or Jake, and or Hugo. Why do you think such a low % of your viewer base is female? Do you think you'll ever change your content to try and appeal to the females? Do you think you'll ever change your content to try and appeal to females more? This is actually, I have an answer to this, actually, which is interesting, because I'm more the statistics guy for the show. I keep track of all that stuff.
That's true, and that's why I invited you along.
Yeah.
So I'll give my 2 cents first, then Hugo will talk cold, hard facts.
Sure.
I think our percentage of female viewers is low for 2 reasons. Number 1, I don't think, do they even ask you your gender anymore?
Yes.
On the YouTube thing. I don't remember doing it. So I assume some people just never said it. Right? Nope, but that's probably a very small fractional percent that it has even anything to do with that. The big reason I think is because we're just 2 dudes and we don't do anything, you know what I mean? We don't show our faces, so there's not there's 2 moderately attractive men.
If we did show our faces,
with bulging biceps and flat washboard abs on the YouTube. I'm a lady. I'll click on that because those are all obviously true assessments of us. And also, I think fedora wearing atheists are kind of our thing, and most of them are dudes. If I'm honest.
All right, statistics. I would also like to point out, actually, men are more likely to be atheists in the first place, and our content is obviously targeted towards that, so that makes sense. Secondly,
right.
Actually, it's interesting. Our statistics between women versus male viewers used to be 14% women and then the rest men. Actually, recently, this year, we're up to 20% women, so for some reason, our women audience is expanding. 6% isn't nothing. If it were 1 or 2%, I'd be like, whatever. But it's up to 6%, so I don't know if we're just because we're getting bigger, more people are seeing us, and it sort of evens out a little bit, but
I think that's got something to do with it. But I know a lot of people that only watch on one account, and couples will watch at the same time together. Sure. I know a lot of those actually, probably because we're very sensual and we get the libidos going. As far as the content change to appeal to females, I don't feel the need to pander to anybody.
No.
Just because you have a vagina doesn't mean you necessarily like a certain thing or want to see certain stuff. We're just going to do what we're interested in. Because if we try to pander to other people, we're not going to be interested, and you'll be able to tell.
Yeah.
So that'd be silly. But yeah, so I don't know. We're just 2 guys. We talk about dicks a lot, and we talk about how hot Jesse Metcalf is. I bet that got us some ladies because they can agree.
I guess you did also talk about Pat Boone's dick, though. So
Pat Boone's dick is unimportant. It's the Pat Boone. It's just the way of life that you are when you are Pat Boone. All
right, then. That's all the questions I think we have for today. You can You can always follow us on Twitter at Bible Reloaded if you want to follow Jake and have two degrees of separation between you and a high school yearbook.
You can follow Hugo Reloaded if you want 3 degrees of separation between you and a high school yearbook, I guess. Is that a selling point? Just a one fewer degree?
Yeah.
You can also subscribe to the channel and ask questions or say comments, and maybe I'll pick them.
If you want, you can also subscribe to our other channels over at The Quran Reloaded, where we do Islam-related stuff, or over at Unpopular Culture, where we do a weekly podcast-style thing where we talk about the stuff in media, TV, video games, movies. For the past week, we also do movie reviews on there, and live chats about shows and Netflix stuff that we enjoy. So if you want to check us out over there, links to all that shit.
The last live show we did was actually to Stranger Things. The next live show we're doing is to Suicide Squad, where we have a live talk. We talk to you guys and talk to each other and tell you about how we feel. Also, I started a Twitch account, and so if you subscribe over to Unpop, you'll get Twitch announcements, and you'll be able to watch me play whatever video game I'm playing, or Hugo if he ever decides to do it.
Yeah.
Also, or both of us if we ever decide to do it.
Also, tonight, as of the date of this upload, which will be August 12th at 5 p.m. Eastern, we will be doing a TBR live stream. TBR Live at 5, which is both catchy and accurate. We're going to talk to you guys. We're going to take questions. We're going to probably read a comic, maybe some news articles, and talk about them. General stuff. We're just going to fuck around for maybe an hour, hour and a half, however long we're interested. So check that out if you have nothing else to do tonight, and we know you don't because you're a fan of this show. So,
right. Keep the linky-loo up in your browser because it's right here. There's that linky-loo.
Yeah. Also, Patreon. If you want to support the show,
you
Patreon.
Can do that. Anyways, that's enough for the credits and stuff like that. I'm going to go eat dinner.
Oh. Okay.
Southwest chicken stuff. Oh. Looking forward to it. It smells good in this house.
I already ate dinner.
What are you eating tonight?
I had a Stouffer's lasagna.
Jesus fucking Christ.
Yeah, I'm back on my diet, so because I gained that weight back because I'm an idiot.
Choosing Stouffer's.
I need to. It's it's easier for me to keep track of the calories if it's prepackaged. So
you know what else is easy? Counting. Anyways, Hugo, your food choices are garbage, but you're beautiful and I love you. Goodbye, humans.